Hey playa, just like the video title says, I'm going to explain to you guys the whole story as to why me and my first girlfriend broke up. What I really want to share with you guys is what I learned from this relationship and what I could have done to make it work. So get ready because this story is going to be a doozy. Before I get into any details, I have a video explaining how me and my first girlfriend got together, what I said to her in the beginning, and how we started going out, so make sure to watch that one before this. Moving forward now, so where we last left off, I told you guys how I asked her out and we started dating. From there, it was on me now to call her and ask her to hang out. Being a teenager in high school, I didn't really know what a proper date was, so I just asked her to hang out and we decided to go get pizza. Looking back, I think I put so much emphasis on doing something really cool and fun when all I really had to do was ask her to hang out so we can talk more. And that seems to be something a lot of people overlook, the simple element of hanging out and talking. It goes a long way when you're just starting to get to know someone. Luckily, she didn't live too far away from me, so I was able to walk to her house. We hung out, we got pizza, and we talked. Of course, the things that were running through my mind were, when should I hold her hand and when should I kiss her? On that first date, I did neither of those things, but I did end up giving her a hug, which I thought was progress. Neither of us had really been in a relationship before, so a lot of this was new to us, and I think what she was expecting was for me to also try to take the lead so that she didn't have to worry about it so much. And I think from my perspective, what I thought was that things were just going to fall into place, that we somehow were going to be able to know what we should do and everything was going to be good. But it wasn't. I mean, sure, being in a relationship with her, hanging out was a lot of fun, but I was nervous the whole time. I didn't really know what was the right step to take. And this went on for a while. I was too nervous to hold her hand and too nervous to kiss her. So I think she ended up talking to her friends and complaining to them saying, I don't get it. Why isn't he making a move? I kept telling myself over and over, okay, I'll just wait for the right moment to do it. But the problem was that I had to create the right moment. Eventually, one of her friends pulled me to the side and said, hey, why aren't you treating her like your girlfriend? You're treating her like she's just another friend by standing around her and not really doing anything. I told her that I was waiting for the right moment. And every single day after that, I would see her in the morning before school started and I didn't do anything. I didn't kiss her hello. I just kind of waved and said hi. Keep in mind though that every single person works differently. Some people take longer to move into that phase and some people are ready to do it right from the first date. And I think she was waiting for me to demonstrate what it meant to be her boyfriend. And that's when I decided, okay, the next time I walk her home, I'm gonna kiss her. This wasn't my first kiss, but it was my first kiss with an actual girlfriend. So I felt like things were gonna be a little bit different. I walked her home and we both stood in front of her door knowing and waiting for me to make that move. She looked at me, I looked at her, we both kind of paused and fell silent, and then I went forward and I kissed her. It was a short kiss and nothing special, but this was monumental for me. I was making that step forward and being her actual boyfriend now. Despite all that, I was still too scared to make a move in school. I felt like people would be watching me and judge me somehow. There was even one time I invited her to hang out with me and my friends, and I spent the entire time just talking to my friends. Looking back at that moment, I didn't realize she felt completely ignored. Me and my friends were just talking about wrestling and other stupid stuff, and she just kind of sat there. There was even one point where I tried to hold her hand while we were walking, and I ended up grabbing it awkwardly. So instead of fixing it, I figured, oh, I'm holding her hand out. Let's just keep it in this awkward holding position. Plus, I didn't know what to do if I needed both my hands, so I just kind of held onto her hand and figured, well, we linked up, now let's not break it. All I really had to do was let go and fix it, but because I was so nervous about doing it, I figured, hey, I don't want to mess it up now. But this is where I think the line was finally drawn for her. It was the last day of school and we both had a half day, so I decided to go with her to her house to hang out. Her parents were there when we arrived, but they eventually left, leaving a 16 and a 15-year-old alone in a house. You might be thinking, hey, this is the part of the story where Josh makes his move. You are wrong. Once again, I was so incredibly nervous about doing anything. Don't get me wrong, I wanted to kiss her, I wanted to hold her, I wanted to see where things would go, but I was just too scared. We were sitting on a couch watching a movie when her parents left, and we ended up sitting through 3 more movies when they eventually came back. And within that entire time, we sat next to each other on the couch and I didn't do anything. I didn't put my arm around her, I didn't try to kiss her, and nothing. I think eventually through the second or third movie, she had just given up. She knew that I wasn't going to make a move. She knew that this wasn't going to happen, and I think she was starting to doubt the relationship. At the end of the day, when I left, I gave her a kiss goodbye and I went home. Later on in that week, I was hanging out with my friends when I got a phone call from her. I put down my GameCube controller, I walked into the other room, and I asked her what was up. And that's when she told me that she wasn't really feeling the relationship anymore and she thought it was best if we broke up. My initial reaction was shock, and I didn't think to talk to her about it, so I just said, "Oh, okay, if you feel that way, then I think that's probably best." And of course, I was hurt, but I felt like I couldn't show that in front of my friends, so I just went back to playing video games. And what makes this story even more interesting is that the day that I walked up to her and started talking to her, one of her friends also liked her too, but he was too scared to make a move. So when we were finally single, he said, "Hey, this is my opportunity." He asked her out and they started going out. I wasn't jealous or angry. I understood what happened. I didn't really give my all to the relationship and she eventually lost interest. What do you guys think though? Have you ever been in a situation like that before where your boyfriend or girlfriend broke up with you because they just lost interest? Leave your comment down below and let me know. You would think this is the end of the story though. No. It goes on way further. But I'm saving all that for another video. This was in high school, but what happened next carried on for years and years on end, and it was completely crazy. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. I put out a new video every Tuesday and Friday sharing thoughts, tips, and ideas, teaching you how to be your best self. And if you enjoyed this story, check out the playlist down below with the rest of my stories. I share a new one every Friday. And make sure to follow me over on Snapchat at thejoshspeaks. I share a different story every single morning. We talk, we share quotes, we have fun. As always, guys, love and peace.